Welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. I am your host, Christian, the Unbiased King. Oh, that is too low. Unbiased King. And joining me through StreamYards, it is the man, the myth, the legend, the tank top sage in his tank top. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
Well, it's called Partner, but it should be called Gangsta Time.
He's not going to greet anybody.
Oh, I was muted.
No.
What's good, Chris? What up, everybody listening?
Hey. Also joining us, it is our producer, Edgelord Big News, Brian.
なんというビッグニュース
What's up, nerds?
Oh, we're back. We're back again. Very excited. Brand new episode. What is that? Oh,
don't know
is that
what that
Ultimate
is?
Actress Kyoshi? Mm-hmm. How far are you?
Black Parade.
Ooh, yeah. How you liking this?
Jack and the Giant Greenstalk had their moment.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah.
And now there is a situation with where the main character is now a baby.
Oh, I think I vaguely remember that actually.
Yeah, and the kid with the glasses is coming through to help.
Yeah, that's fun. It's a fun arc. I really enjoyed the Black Parade.
Yeah,
very cool.
I have to be straight up with you, and this doesn't really. I mean, it's not like it takes away from the series for me, but it is really a series geared towards like younger men, for sure.
Yeah.
I feel that, and you know that. It's not about taking points away. It's about my own personal interest in what I want to stay engaged in. But it's a cool series.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
Yeah, it is a little more like, I guess, less serious, I guess, on that side. It's a little more cartoony, for sure.
Why does it feel like Shaman King so much? Even though I've never seen the series.
I will
never
say
read it
the art style is like somewhat similar. Now you mentioned it, it kind of reminds me of Shaman King in that regard. But yeah, I don't know. This series is probably easily Ford Kidsable. You know?
Yeah.
You know, 4 Kids wasn't on.
Kiyoshi.
Hey, Kyoshi, I've come to shoot my guns, but they're water guns. But they're literally water guns. So, you know, actually, they probably wouldn't have.
I was thinking about the
that.
guy that. I was thinking about his OG, the one that owns the Chinese restaurant with the cigarette.
Gojo, basically.
That was one. Or Sanji, but whatever.
Yeah.
You know, either way you look at it.
Kyoshi. Yeah,
You know,
I enjoy it.
I watched the game the other day at Brian's house, and I meant to ask something.
Okay.
Who you got? Thrag versus Gojo. Satoru Gojo, I mean, just so we're clear about.
Gojo.
How can Thrag hit him?
Good point.
Yeah, once he gets into in his, all he has to do is do his domain, and it's over. Thrag had a good team with that.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I don't really have much updates.
So Gojo could be the Viltrumite. Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I don't really have. I don't. That's where it ends to me. The analysis is, can he even hit him? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
Man,
Does
we
he
tried for a
Infinity?
long time though.
It's literally
We tried
infinity.
for a long time.
Until he gets hit with a
But
hollow
if he
purple.
does get caught in the domain, that's yeah.
But can a hollow purple kill Thrag though?
I think he could probably tank one of those. Probably not, but his domain probably can. Like Chris said. I don't think I mean, it's gonna hurt that nigga, but I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, he might survive.
They would stand the planet blowing up.
Yeah,
Like they was like real, you know, they was okay. They was very okay after it.
yeah,
It was like they went for like a meter dash or something.
yeah.
Like a 20-meter dash. But anyway, I've also been watching Invincible, obviously.
Yeah, I haven't watched more than the first episode. Unfortunately.
Well, you read the books.
I have read. I've read all of the books. I've read the entire series. I don't know how faithful it is to the comic, but I don't really have much updates to my tier list. There's a new series that came out this week by the creator of Gintama. I have not read it in its entirety yet, but it is like this guy's thing is that all of his stuff is like half a gag manga, so I'm expecting a little bit of the same here from what I've read. Yeah. I don't really have much change. I finished a batch of New Age Exorcist. I'm almost done with the next batch of Roboko. And hopefully, I should be actually caught up to New Age somewhat quickly because I'm not that far behind. I'm probably like 2 more sessions of like 2 more blocks of 20 chapters, and I should be somewhat close if I'm not mistaken. I'm on like chapter 80. I'm not that close, but it's like they're nearing 180, so. But 100 chapters is nothing if I really put my mind to it. But yeah, those are all that's what I'm doing. Brian, do you have anything catch up wise? Ice Shield 21.
Yeah, let's see, where am I again? They're about to fight the swimming guy.
Oh yeah, with the swim move.
The guy who really loves
Right.
who loves the real eye shield. I forgot that this was a plot line, that there was a real Eye Shield 21 in the tournament.
Yeah.
Man. Dude, it catches me off guard every time somebody says, "Oh, I'm a middle schooler," and then they were like fucking 20 feet tall and jacked and buffed as fuck.
Yeah, wait till you get to Gao. You remember Gao?
I remember Gao. That one, I think he's the most egregious case so far. The cyborg guy, huh?
You guys talking about Ice Shield 21, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're middle schoolers? They're
No,
not
they're
high
high
school.
school.
So one of the swimming guys, he went to middle school in America, and he was in an American middle school football league, and he was literally the size of a grown ass man as a middle schooler. So he was like, right. And that was just too like wait, hold on, I think I have it saved somewhere. I saw it and I was like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Yeah, Gao was the pinnacle, and honestly, that whole dinosaurs team were just straight up grown men.
I think the cyborg guy, the guy from the Amino Cyborgs, that one was the funniest to me.
Yeah.
This dude has like a widow's peak.
Yeah, bro was balding. Bro's he had a 40-year-old man's haircut, like hair loss at 16.
It was actually hilarious. But yeah, they're preparing to fight the swimming guy.
Yeah.
And Komusubi's going through his old training arc.
Yeah, the sumo.
Mind you, he's actually so fucking adorable. This is actually the cutest character in the series, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like Komusubi. He's one of my favorite design characters.
I love his little fucking nose.
Yeah, I always like when the linemen get like a little storyline.
But yeah, that's where I'm at.
Yeah, they're football players too.
I forgot about the swimming guy. I forgot that he was a thing. But then once I saw him, I was like, oh yeah, that guy. He's like, I'm really tall, and that makes everybody who's short weak.
It's tough. Komusubi's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah. Like Komusubi reaches his fucking kneecaps.
Yeah. That was a good arc. I like that.
Yeah, I'm surprised they had to do so much training to be able to beat them. I completely forgot that they were this big of a deal.
Yeah. most of the kids from my shield had never like played football up to that point. And the swim move is a real move. So it's like one of the cool things about Ice Shield is that every now and then they'll like cling on to like a real football move. And that's like their superpower.
Like, over sensationalize it.
Yeah. The swim move, the spin move.
And the double back ghost dimension.
The ghost dimension is crazy. Yeah, Josh hasn't gotten that far.
That move.
Josh hasn't gotten that far to the ghost dimension.
You haven't gotten to the ghost dimension yet?
Isn't that when he, died? That's his ghost move.
No,
right?
that's the devil
like
back.
No.
No. That's regular ghost. Where he just he just cuts really good. He just like makes a really insane cut, and it looks like he just ran through you. But the ghost dimension is Senna is able eventually to just like manipulate time, essentially.
What?
I can't even really explain it, but I forgot how it works. But that was like one of the big things.
That's an NFL move.
We could put him in death battle, Senna, basically.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
put him against Archie Sonic.
Legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, Ice Shield's wild, man.
All right, but I don't have anything else. We have a Knicks game to catch after
this. We have to go root for our glorious Knicks, our kings.
Our king, Jalen Brunson.
Our glorious God King, Jalen Brunson. We have to go get us back, so we should get the show started, I suppose.
If you get your boy Cat.
Yeah, of course, Cat. One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 1180, Omen. So last we left off, Imu decided to pull up on Elbaf immediately after getting called out by Usopp. And he immediately starts wreaking havoc, bringing the houses of Elbaf to life. We finally get a full body shot of Imu in all his glory. He's very tall. He has like dark skin. I don't know if these are really piercings or just tattoos on him. He's got these horns, this cool spear weapon. It looks pretty sick. And he's like, who is the king of this land? And, the giant is like, man, who the fuck are you? This land has no king. And Imu peeps oh God, I keep forgetting this guy's name. I know it starts.
Gerd.
Summers.
Oh.
Summers is in Gerd's hand. And then Gerd's fingers get cut off by Imu, like, immediately. And this was actually kind of shocking. But yeah, she drops Summers, and Imu starts putting him back together as Zoro pulls up, the first on the scene. And he's like, are you in the Knights of God too? And Hashirden is like, either way, he's an enemy. And he comes in from above. Stenson also, or I forget this guy. I think his name is Stenson. He also pulls up to try and save Hashirden because he already sees that Imu is gearing up for an attack. And he loses his leg in the process, unfortunately. Stenson is now down. And everybody's like, what the fuck is going on? Zoro immediately does his best move on Imu, but he is stopped pretty easily by Imu, and Imu just basically flicks him away with a technique called Omen, sending him flying, and Zoro is out for the rest of this chapter. Hashirden then comes in weirdly the most detailed and cool pose in a long time. Imu just shoots him off as well. Hashirden is also out, KO'd. And we see that Imu delivers this, those rings that these awakened devil fruits have sometimes. And he bestows it upon Summers. And he's like, yes, Omen! And Imu's like, make haste, Summers. There is little time. And they both fly off in different directions. as Emu is making his way across Elbaf, there is an announcement warning everybody on Elbaf that some kind of being greater than the Holy Knights has landed on the island. So watch out, everyone.
Be on guard.
Be on guard, bro. Emu peeps Gunko inside of the gigantic block of ice, and unlike the other Knights of God, he actually just explodes her ice. He said, "You know what? Fuck you, bang! I saw you trying to betray me." And he keeps it pushing. Gabon is by the lift, and he is like, "Whoa! Not even at God Valley have I ever felt hockey like this." Meanwhile, back at the Walrus School, Loki had finally unfrozen the food in the school, and both him, Luffy, and also the Ragnar start eating the food up, which we can expect a return from Luffy at some point now. Very exciting. So Nami is now linking up with Frankie, Jinbei, Usopp, and Brook. And she's like, "What the hell's going on here?" And yeah, they're all just talking amongst themselves about what just happened. Killingham is freed by Emu and also repaired. Sanji goes up to fight Emu, and it does not go well for him. He gets absolutely kick nuked by Emu, and that's when a gigantic foot descends upon the scene. And he's like, "Hey, what do you want with Elbaf?" And Emu explains that he searches for the killer of his faithful servant Harold, who was slain here 14 years past. And we get a really cool 2-page spread of Loki standing above Emu saying that he was not your servant. Harold was my father, and I'm the man you're looking for. Here in the real world, you deal with me and Elbaf. Very cool. He calls Emu a clown. He said, "Remember that, clown."
Remember that, clown.
Fucking bozo. And that is where the chapter ends. Holy moly, Josh. What did you think about One Piece chapter 1180?
I want to be very honest with you. This was a very close one, but it's my RGC. It's so close.
It is very close. It's a tough week.
So close.
It's also mine,
Yeah.
not for nothing, Brian.
Yeah, I'll give it my RGC.
Yeah.
Unified RGC. Unified RGC. Unified RGC.
All right. So, guess what? Emu's a big deal.
Whoa.
Who would have guessed that?
What?
Yeah. Emu came down to regulate. That's exactly what happened. The kids was acting up a little too much. He kept telling them, "Hey, y'all better calm down. Y'all better relax. Stop jumping on the couch. Stop playing in the toilet." You know what I mean? All of that. And he finally came down to put belt to ass. And I say that with a heavy heart. I don't like this. I don't like seeing my favorite characters get washed. You know? Because I don't really know what the answer moving forward is. Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess Loki's there, right? Let's talk about it. When Loki pulled up at the end of this chapter, I did feel pretty I felt hype. I felt like, yeah, Loki, you let Emu know that you guys won't get pushed around that easily. And that's the extent of my expectations. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to be easy for Emu, but I guess in the streets we'd call that a mid diff, not a low diff.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to say is I don't think Loki has what it takes. I don't even think Luffy does right now.
Yeah.
I don't want to see his arm get chopped off or something. That would be whack. Loki's going to lose a limb without a doubt.
Yeah.
He's maybe one of his.
He's going to lose a limb.
Really bad. Probably. You better leave the fucking squirrel alone. That's all I know. It better not be harmed. Am I being pessimistic? Is Loki the dragon and Luffy the laughing boy about to beat the shit out of Emu and let him know that it shit ain't sweet down here on the surface? I don't know, man. I really don't know what's about to happen. What's Oda gonna do? All right, I'll be serious for a second though. I have a theory about Emu dying or whatever, and stop me if this was said before, but I think it's the proximity to the ocean. If he is the devil fruit person, right? The progenitor of the fruit somehow or whatever, right? I would imagine just being close enough to the ocean, is hazardous. I guess like there's a lot of water. There's, obviously way more water in the air.
Yeah.
I think lower would be up high. If that makes sense.
Moisture in the air.
That's what I think. That's why Emu can't be there for that long, because you could see how he's urging the rest of the Holy Knight. I mean, honestly, Emu could have went around and killed everybody if he felt like it, obviously, right? But in each of those little situations that he intervened, but I think he's just trying to use his time really wisely to accomplish what they want to, which is to acquire the giant people as the warriors. That's still the plan. Yeah, can't take a little ocean breeze. The almighty Emu. All right, Brian, what are your thoughts?
Man, Emu. This is like probably like kind of the most graphic damage a villain has done to people on screen. Am I tripping?
Yeah, no, I mean, Gerd's fingers were like genuine, like, oh shit.
I feel like this is some shit that literally happened in Kagurabachi like last week, but now it's in One Piece.
He super casualed her fingers. Remember when super casual was like, don't move, and he cut this guy's fingers off?
Yeah.
And now Emu just did that shit to Gerd.
He's like, I like that, bro. Let me take that. Let me see that.
Yeah, like we got fingers and legs getting cut off and shit. And I feel like they made it a point to show that this guy can be whoever he needs to be. Like he can be better than anyone at whatever they're good at. Like before, like with Zoro, he showed that he can like he can cut anything, cut anybody. Then Zoro shows up and then he bodies him, and then he beats he beat both Sanji and Zoro at their own game essentially.
He did.
Yeah,
that was not lost on me.
And I feel like there's a point to that. They're making it very well known that they're like, this guy is in another league. He can do everything. And I don't know, he's just so imposing. But at the same time, I don't know. He, like the way he's running around saving his people and shit, like, I don't know, there's something about it that just feels so strange to me. Like he even calls like Harold his beloved. Did he call him his beloved servant or something like that?
I think he was being sarcastic.
Yeah,
I think he was being a dick in that moment.
Oh, he said my faithful servant.
Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have any fondness for Harold. He's just like, I think he's trying to like troll Loki.
I don't know. It seems like he has some fondness for the people that follow him. Like otherwise, he wouldn't be saving Sommers and killing him.
Well, he needs them. You know, they're all
I don't
like.
think it's genuine.
Yeah, I think he needs them in the way that they're holy knights and they're a big part of his like inner army. You know, like they're still useful to him, even if they did get low gift.
I just think that he's also talking in such a way, kind of like how, I guess elites would use like their language in the legal system. Because I guess on a technical level, he did have the mark, even though he didn't really tell Harold exactly what he was signing up for. So he's pulling up on some, listen, I had a situation here that was contracted, like obviously it doesn't matter. He doesn't need permission to do what he's doing. I don't think he's trying to like, make an excuse for himself. It's just that he speaks in those legitimate ways. And I think it's supposed to mirror that. Like how, leaders start with the lawyers.
Yeah, I don't think he can have a fondness for them if he's like trying to actively control them.
Luffy's out of action at the moment because he needs to eat food. He's in old man mode. So it's going to be a 1v1 between Loki and this guy for now. And I'm really hoping that we get to see hybrid Loki now. That would be awesome as hell. But I don't have much else to say. Chris, what are your thoughts?
Oh boy, this was very, very cool. I mean, you gotta like show up everybody. I suppose this is in order, and this is a blanket for everybody else in this chapter.
Get ready to slumber, brother, go home.
Yeah, this was really cool, very imposing. You got to show off Emu's thing, and I don't know what Omen does. I imagine it just gives his people an even bigger power boost, because they seem very excited to get it. But yeah, I'm super excited to see where this goes. I don't know if this is going to end up being a Saboti situation where they get handed this aggressive in of an L, but I can't imagine that this will be I don't think this will be a victory for the Straw Hats and our good guys side. I think they're going to have to just like cut and run, basically. I feel like, what might happen is that Luffy might lose and everybody's going to do their best to get him out because he's not ready yet for this kind of thing. And then they're going to end up probably in Lodestar or something. I don't know. As far as Loki, I actually don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't think Loki's going to die or anything. But I don't think he's going to go with the Straw Hats. I think he might stay and defend Elbaf, and his story will go from there. And we'll probably find out what happens to him later. But yeah, I think you needed this because I think Oda low diffing the Holy Knights was very much on purpose, because it was just to juxtapose how like they really actually aren't ready for this type of shit. That there's like a greater threat out there. This is a little bit of power scaling, if anything. And there are obviously probably more Holy Knights out there. Emu probably just sent kind of like the mid to low tier Holy Knights to the island because he thought it would be quick work. He's not necessarily trying to defeat the giants. Originally, his original plan was just to kidnap some kids. So, yeah, it was just it was a great way of showing that there's levels to this. While also not necessarily like disparaging the Straw Hat strength. I think they are definitely still a warlord crew, or an emperor crew. But, the emperors have not gone against like the top brass of the world government for a reason. It's because that even at Kaido and Big Mom's level, there's like levels to this shit. So that was cool. There's all that question is like, well, if the four emperors are so strong, why is the government even still around? This is why. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Luckily, there's no break next week, so we'll actually get to see the immediate aftermath of what's going on here, and we'll get to see Loki versus Emu, which I expect to be a super heavyweight match because This is gonna be Emu. Like this is gonna be Loki actually like fighting on his own, showing off all his abilities. It'll be pretty sick. Very excited. Loki. This panel with Loki standing over Emu was so sick. Very cool. I, you know, I want it as a poster.
Panel of the week.
Panel of the week for sure.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean,
Yeah. Look, standing like.
Mean mugging him.
Yeah.
you know who he is, and you know that no matter what happens, Loki is going to fight like hell,
Yeah.
regardless of the situation.
Yeah. You know he's a menace.
This is about to be a calamity.
Yeah.
Look at all that lightning falling from the sky.
Yeah. He did that on purpose for dramatic effect.
Right.
He said, "Let me
Right.
pull up the lightning real quick. I gotta increase my.
Yeah.
I'm aura farming right now consciously.
Surely that's only what it is.
Yeah, this is. I like to believe that Loki's like showing up a bit. He's peacocking here a little. He's like, look at all this shit I can do. I don't care that this would probably actually hit the island and destroy it because my island has a weakness to lightning. I got an aura farm.
You know what his name is, man.
What is his name?
It's escaping me right now.
Loki's?
Eneru?
No. Yes.
Oh God, shut up. You know, I can't have a good moment and with you guys ruining it. Without you guys ruining it.
Surprised Brian didn't have anything to say about that.
I'll get my moment when Eneru shows up.
You won't. Not in this arc. And that's all I need. That's quite truly all I need. But those are all my thoughts. Fucking awesome chapter. Very excited. Are you guys ready to move onward to the next one?
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Then let's go.
We call that easy money, GG.
Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 256, seconds. Last we left off, Gozu was absolutely destroyed by Shishiba and his regular ass hammer. And now we are cutting over to Seba, I think this guy's name is, versus
Yeah.
one of the siblings from the JA High, who the new graduates from Assassin High School. And yeah, we've cut back over to them. Big Brother is like, it's better if you don't resist. You'll cause yourself needless and pain and suffering. Just let me end it real quick. Let me just end it real quick for you. And Seba thinks to himself that he has got to get Mafuyu out of there. But Big Bro is not giving him a chance to do so. He picks up a rock and he swings it with that whatever weapon it is that's pretty badass. And it shatters the rock and creates like, it's basically like a gigantic minigun level impact on Mafuyu and Seba. And now now Big Bro is standing right over Mafuyu with his mace or whatever it is, and he's, threatening to basically bash his skull in. He's like, Mafuyu, get up! His little sister wakes up and he tells her that she shouldn't move around, and tells her to stay put because he's almost done. And the little Sheena is like, no, let me ice him. I gotta get him. I gotta get my get back, or I'm not gonna be satisfied. He's like, nah, man, you just rest. And Big Bro is bringing up his mace thing, and he swings it down. And Sheena starts to have flashbacks about how, I guess like her brother probably didn't acknowledge her in the past, and this is just that happening again. And as he's bringing it down, he gets a call, and he stops. His name is Kipe, I suppose. And he gets a call from one of X's henchmen, and he's like, "Where are you? They took down a few of our leaders. We still have the numbers advantage, but get over here as soon as you can." And that's when he is knocked out by Burn, right? This guy's name is Burn.
Hardboiled.
Hard boiled. Wow. How could I?
Wow.
How could I forget such a hard boiled individual? I should have seen it on his face. But yeah, hard boiled, or I think it's just boiled actually. I don't think his name is fully hard boiled. But boiled and this the teacher guy are still rounding up the henchmen, and Kipe is like, roger that. It's time to go, Sheena. And he just starts heading out. And she's like, wait, no, but we're almost done. And he's like, well, we got to go over there and help. They're shorthanded. And, she's like, you losers got lucky. And that's when Mafuyu comes in and attacks Kipe with his cool shoe blade. And he's like, stop looking relieved. They just got summoned to Tokyo. Shit, and the others must have the upper head. And that's why, and it's going to stay that way. You guys aren't going anywhere. And Kipe is like, what? That's crazy. At least Seba understands. He's like, you two can lay down your lives trying to keep us here, but you're just going to delay us a few minutes at most. And Mafuyu's like, whatever, do it then. In the space of a few minutes, shit, and those guys can destroy 10 enemies. And Kipe says, like, well, I was just being nice. Calm down. I was just being nice there.
Yeah.
I was actually talking seconds, and he does the cool teleport behind the enemy thing. And
Flash step.
yeah, he does the flash step, and he swings as hard as he can at Mafuyu, but Seba in his invisibility steps in and blocks the attack. And he's like, I know, Mafuyu. Those guys saved us a jillion times. It's time for us to put our lives on the line. So, yeah, he's like, nice work, Mafuyu. The seconds you bought us were enough to mod your weapon. And we see that in the time that Mafuyu was talking, Seba upgraded his shoe blade thing. And he's like, whoa, when did he do that? And, he starts to, Kipe tries to attack, but Mafuyu blocks it and uses his new rocket boot thing to kick Kipe straight in the face. And, yeah, now the battle is about to begin as, Seba thinks to himself, like, Mafuyu, never thought I'd see the day. Wonder who he gets that from. And that's when Kipe is like, all right, you two, this has gone far enough. If you want to die that badly, then I'll kill you. That'll be easiest on everyone anyway. And that is where the chapter ends. Holy moly, Josh. What did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 256?
Clearly, they're not going to die, but should they? That's what it looks like.
The brothers?
Yeah. This guy, Kisei, is serious, man.
I could maybe see Seba dying to, like, save Mafuyu.
Older brother.
Yeah. And allow Mafuyu to, like, deal the finishing blow or something.
I mean, the type of weapon he has there, that can bash somebody's, like, face in.
Yeah.
Instant death. So.
Yeah, but Seba also blocked that.
His head bashed in?
But Seba also blocked that with his bare hand.
Nah, he had something.
Did he?
Yeah, he had something. Look, let's go back. I heard it made like a shing. No, a crick thing. He has something in his hand.
No, the crackle is his invisibility wearing off.
No way. No way he just blocked that shit with his forearm. It's... Well, he can't use it anymore, right?
Yeah. He probably can't do invisible anymore. But
yeah, how the fuck are they gonna beat these two? Somebody needs to help. Is there any other order members? The sniper already helped the other guy. Chainsaw wife and the other day already had their arc. They're out.
Yeah.
Listen, these brothers is dying. That's it. That's just how I see it.
All right.
Ain't enough plot armor. The plot armor came, and the little brother was like, "Fuck that. We're gonna die, big bro.
Yeah.
Let's do it, team."
Big bro's
like, all right,
like,
I'm gonna make these modifications, and that's gonna be the last cool thing I do.
Yeah. I can see Big Bro dying, but not Mafuyu.
You think he's gonna skid away on his new? All right, let me stop. Brian, what were your thoughts on Sakamoto Days?
I see the theme that they're going for with this matchup, like siblings versus siblings type shit. I can't imagine this fight ends with anybody dying on either side. In fact, I feel like they're more likely to come to an agreement with each other than to, like kill each other. Just because they don't seem like irredeemable characters or characters that are super passionate about the fight or super passionate about order. Because I don't think they even have a connection with X.
No, they're just like brand new.
Yeah, so I doubt they would give a fuck. But clearly, we're gonna get some more backstory on the other two, the other guy and his sister.
Yeah,
But this might just break off into a 2v2 type shit. But yeah, this was an interesting chapter. I'm not really super into extremely nonchalant characters like that, to be honest. So he still has some earning for me. He has to win me over a little bit more, but yeah, I don't have much else to say. This is an all right chapter.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this chapter. I like these characters. I also, honestly, up top, I wasn't a huge fan of the dynamic with Kipe and Sheena, but I think they grew on me a little bit, and I think there is a story with them that's fun and probably unique, and I grew to like these two, especially since Kipe is like really cool. I think his weapon is like particularly awesome and makes for like interesting battles. I don't know how these kids are gonna do it, but yeah, because like Seba and Mifuyu have never struck me as like the two strongest people in the world. But I guess in theory, neither are these kids for the most part. Like Kipe is hard carrying for sure. So, yeah, so, but I am interested in this dynamic.
Sheena
Huh?
before.
Say what?
They caught Sheena before, right?
Yeah, he like saved her. Yeah, but I am interested in these two. I think they've already, for the most part, won me over. So I'm excited for this battle. I think it's cool, and honestly, it's the same goes with Seba and Mifuyu. So both of these sets of characters have kind of won me over the course of this fight, and I'm looking forward to more. Was that all we had to say about Sakamoto this week?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, let's move onward.
Bow, bow, bow.
Kagurabachi. And with that, I'm going to pass this one over to Josh.
Thanks, Chris. This is Kagurabachi, chapter number 119, The Irishima Talks Part 3. Last time we covered Kagurabachi, shit got really real. The so-called diplomatic attempt to have conversations with the Mikaboshi people.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. With the Mikaboshi people fell through because they got violent immediately, blew up the warship, attacked the Japanese delegates. But the sorcerers that they had along with them, which included Shiba, Big Cheese, and Nonchalant,
Super casual.
Super cash, pulled up and tried to regulate, and they eventually had to kill the person that was negotiating for the Mikaboshi. So that's where we're at. In this chapter, we open with a little bit of history about the Mikaboshi people. Our ancestors, the Mikaboshi, once ruled the land of Japan. So, but we lost power when the Soga clan led a devastating insurrection. So, as we already know, the Soga clan pushed the Mikoboshi out to sea, and it was with the power of this almighty rock that they prayed to that also fell along to sea with the Mikoboshi people. It was able to form a cocoon that sustained life for, I guess, many, many years. And an entire country formed in the ocean. So we cut back to the present. Well, not the present time, but the present time in a flashback, where Sheba starts speaking to the last delicate remaining from the Mikoboshi, which is this old man that's standing there very menacingly. And the old man asks, "You are a Soga, aren't you?" And Super Cash responds, "What if I am?"
This guy's face. He was like,
and he's like, well, the person whose throat you just slit on the couch was my son. That's the prince. It's Aru Mikoboshi. And she was like, listen, y'all attacked us first. It's not like we went and tried to like pull up on your mans, so all we did was act in self-defense. So look, like, we don't want to make shit any worse. Like, maybe we could try to talk. And the old man is like, I ain't got shit to say. I'm just here to watch what happens. And then in the panel right below him saying that, we got which I didn't notice the first time I read, matter of fact. I don't know about you guys, but on this panel, we see how on the surface, what is this kid's name?
Mashiro.
Thank you. Mashiro is standing kind of far away from the seating area where the prince who got his throat slashed and the other Japanese delegate were sitting. But he notices that the delegate who was alive previously is now like bleeding blood out of his eyes and just sitting there, almost as if he's already dead. But on the water, you could see that the prince is missing from the couch, and he had pulled up to.
I didn't see that.
Crazy. Yeah, which is why on the next page we see him right in front. We see the prince right in front of Mashiro, who put a hole in his chest, which surprised everybody, even Big Cheese and Super Cash, who didn't look very in character anymore.
Big Cheese was still cheesing like, a little bit. Hey. Big Cheese only had his cheese down taken a tiny bit.
Super Cash still looks super casual, though.
Yeah.
And Mashiro, like the true soldier he is,
he started
looked this dude in the eye. And it was like, you wasted your ambush on me? Like, I ain't even really like that, bro. So he right after getting a hole put in his abdomen, he uses his air pressure technique to kind of lock this guy in place so that everybody else could pull up on him. So that's Sheba, Big Cheese, and Super Cash. And as soon as they engage on him, Sheba teleports them away from Mashiro so that he can, I guess, try to recover. I didn't think that was a possibility, but they know magic, so you know how that goes. If Sheba shook, he's like, what the fuck just happened? Like, how did they ambush us like that? This is when Super Casual starts to become much more of an actual character.
And much more than we expected he was.
Yeah. It turns out he is of the direct bloodline of the dude that originally sent the Mikoboshi clan into their watery abyss. And the link that him and his ancestor have is their sorcery called Kurotsuchi, not Mayuri, but Kurotsuchi. It is basically a type of sorcery that manipulates, I guess, gravity or weight. It's not super duper clear. Yeah, but he can manipulate, I guess, gravity. We'll just say that for now. And he's the only living practitioner of the Kurotsuchi sorcery. Yikes. I wonder why we haven't seen it in the future. Anyway, he's regardless of what I said, he's getting busy. He's putting the pressure on the prince. He's using the gravity attack to keep locking the prince down into the ground. And as he's doing that, we cut back to Mashiro as he's, peeled over on the ground, bleeding to death. And he hears the severed head saying, "We must not go hungry. We must not allow the enemy to seize the stone. They promised." I wonder who's they. So we get some imagery here that I definitely want to talk about a little bit later, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. But we see some images of the people down in the Datenseki created country for the Mikaboshi people that's in the water. And we see people holding some babies, and we also see a bunch of insects. And we see this person walking through the people like he's the Dune guy. They have a name.
Lisan al-Gaib.
Yes, that's exactly what this looks like.
The Lisan al-Gaib is too humble.
As we hear them, this narration saying our enemy is the Soga clan and those who prosper under their auspices. Cool word. Wish I looked that up before. The bugs that they displayed the imagery of, it looks like they're in this jar being mashed up to be turned into like this drink, which the prince dude consumes. Gross. As the narration continues to say, the power of the Datenseki is fundamental to our civilization. The Mikaboshi born here are born with an innate affinity for the Datenseki. Among us are 6 guardians chosen from pure-blooded Mikaboshi. Ooh. By their prayers and blood, they bear the original power once wielded by the Mikaboshi king. Reconstruction of the environment. That divine power transformed a place devoid of light and air into a space for human survival. It reaches a realm far beyond mere fortification magic via a binding vow. The guardians can draw upon the true realm of the Datenseki as the prince who was once being locked down by this heavy gravity attack begins to float like a butterfly. And he says Sumika as he creates this crazy fucking black environment around him. And that is the end of the chapter. Crazy shit. Brian, what are your thoughts?
Okay. There's a lot that happened in this chapter. I guess first things first, Mashiro is actually a fucking G. Like, this guy is actually so sick. Man, I love the like the character writing in this series. It's kind of, I'm not gonna say it's like World Trigger, but it has like some qualities of World Trigger in the way that every character feels like an actual, like their own individual person. You know what I mean? And he's very good at like sticking to those kind of those character themes and stuff like that. And like even with side characters that you don't think you're gonna see very well or see very often, when they return, they have that same kind of like consistency as to the way that he kind of the way that he would introduce them if they weren't really that important to begin with, right? And I really appreciate that about the series and its consistency in that matter. The next thing I want to talk about, which is probably the last thing I'll talk about to give you guys something to go over. This Sumika move is with, it looks very much like Centipede.
Yeah.
At the end here.
Yeah, I noticed that.
So again, we keep getting this theme with bugs and everything when it comes to the Datenseki and when it comes to the Mikaboshi. And that's literally everything that has to do with the Magatsumi. Or whatever. What is it called? The sword? The Shinuchi?
The Shinuchi, yes.
The Shinuchi has a lot of similarities to everything going on with like the raw power of the Datenseki. And another thing I wanted to mention, I was right last week about, these guys not actually being dead.
Yeah, you were right about that. You did call that.
Yeah.
Because this is something, to be fair, this is something that happened a while ago. And like way back, like when Chihiro fought Hirohiko for the first time. That was when we first saw like the effects of the Datenseki just being used by people who aren't even in tune with it. So I wonder if this ritual is the only way for people to get like in tune with the Datenseki. Is to kind of feed off of the earth that, gives it power or something like that. That's my theory. But man, everybody here is fucked. Yeah. This guy, if he's even an ounce as powerful as the Shinuchi, that's going to be a fucking problem. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Chris, what did you think?
Yeah, brilliant chapter as usual. Man, Kagurabachi, what a hit. You know what I mean? It's rare to like series. Now that I've been like reading every series, it's like crazy how far and few between there are that are just like massive hits. Like kind of out the gate. And Kagurabachi is something special. It's funny. I really love this chapter. I think one thing that's the only theory I thought of when I was reading this, there are 6 of these guys, 6 of these guardians. There's 6 enchanted blades. I think each one of the blades was specifically designed to beat one of these guys.
Ooh.
And I think that's why the Shinuchi is so similar to this guy's power, is because it was crafted with that in mind to be a counter to what he can do. And Akamura is the guy who takes this prince guy down. The other 6 take down the other 5 take down the others in very cool one-on-one battles that we probably won't get to see at the end of the day. But yeah, I can't help but think that the coincidence of 6 guardians and 6 enchanted blades being made feels a little too good, It
didn't even occur to me. That was a nice catch, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, Mashiro is a G. I will give him that. When I thought he was dead. I saw him with this hole in his belly, and I was like, "Oh my god, I was wrong. This is where Mashiro dies." But he seems to be nonplussed by getting a hole in his stomach. So he immediately.
Yeah, this series has some bleachology going on.
Yeah, to be honest, I'm like, what kills people in this verse? What do you got to do? There's people who's beheaded who are talking.
Yeah, but those are Datenseki guys, so...
Oh, they're just the Datenseki boys?
Datenseki boys, yeah.
Yeah, they get beat and then they talk shit as they're beheaded.
They chant the songs of their people.
Yeah. But yeah, this is very cool. I mean, just... Kagurabachi is just so fucking cool,
Sure is.
I don't really have much else to say. I'm excited for what comes next for Kagurabachi. This flashback has been hitting as we expected it would hit.
Cags.
Big old cags.
Big old cags.
But that's all I gotta say, guys. Are we? Do we have any rebuttals for Cogs?
No. My thoughts.
Hell yeah. Well,
I have my thoughts.
Ooh, I forgot. Ooh, because you usually go first. So I'm like, my bad, homie. What are your thoughts, Josh?
That's all good. All right, so I'm gonna say this. I could be thinking about this a little too hard, but were they like sacrificing each other
in
for
the
sustenance?
Oh, maybe. I mean, there's 4 coffins here. It looks like.
Is that what's going on?
I don't know. I'm neither. I don't blame you for thinking that. It looks like there are 4 coffins on the ground. But I don't know if those are actually coffins or what. We must not.
It's kind of hard to tell what's happening.
This shit is very cultish, so I wouldn't be surprised.
It was 6. Yeah, you're right. So they're floating around the rock. I mean, okay. Yeah, just I guess that was on my mind. Anything? I guess that's it. I don't really want to drag this out. I think. I just think that was a really good fucking catch. About there being 6 people and there being, the 6 swordsmen.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
And they literally pulled up and were like, our 6 best guys against your 6 best guys.
Yeah, they about to end that. No, there's other Sokas out there. He's just the last practitioner of that style. That style's about to die.
Oh yeah,
All
no.
right, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, he's the last one. Oh yeah, I didn't even mention that. It was cool that super casual got to be like a character. He just like bopped the sword and it caused that.
Oh yeah, that was so cool to me. I love that little flavor.
Very cool. Much aura. Very casual. But yeah, those are all my thoughts about it, and those are all our thoughts, correct?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was Kagurabachi, and that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to say this up top, but we do have a poll to decide our next series that will be joining the magazine. I'm going to leave it up for one more week, and then in another week after that, we'll be adding whatever wins to the lineup. So make sure you go to our YouTube channel, vote in the poll for your favorite series, and we'll be adding it soon. Very excited for it. Thank you guys for listening. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Josh is at JD_37 on Instagram, at New Jump City Josh on Twitter. Brian is at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. You can email the show at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want us to talk about, and we'll talk about it on our pre-show chat show. Subscribe to the pod. That would be super cool. Wherever you listen to podcasts, iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. That would be very nice. Please do. And with that, thank you guys so much for listening. We will see you guys next week. Stay safe, New Jump citizens.
Peace.
Peace.